Hey everyone, and welcome back to the From Brokenness to Fullness podcast. This is your show host, Jeanith Padilla, and today we are continuing our Made New series with a very honest conversation. Today's episode is called Why We Stay Stuck. And I think this is something many of us wrestle with silently. Because maybe you've prayed for change. Maybe you genuinely want transformation. Maybe you love Jesus and desire a better life. But somehow you still feel stuck. Stuck in the same emotional cycles, the same fears, the same unhealthy patterns, the same exhaustion, the same mindset, the same struggles. And if we're honest, sometimes we wonder, why am I still here? Why do I keep repeating the same things even though I want change? And I think one of the biggest reasons many people stay stuck is because transformation requires more than desire. Yes, it requires more than just a desire. Transformation, my friend, requires surrender. It also requires healing, honesty, and renewal. And sometimes we want freedom while we still cling to the things keeping us bound. Hebrews 12:1 says, "Let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles." Notice that the scripture says, throw it off. So it doesn't just happen without our voluntary contribution. We need to take part of it. Transformation doesn't just happen overnight. Like, you say, I want to change tomorrow and not do anything about it. It does not work like that. It requires your cooperation. So it says here to throw it off. Anything that stops you from growing. Meaning, some things cannot stay if we want to move forward. Yeah. And honestly, I think many of us carry things we never fully deal with because it's not comfortable. You know? Things like unhealed wounds, fear, bitterness, pride, shame, disappointment, control, people pleasing, comparison. Yes, my friend, transformation requires a lot of work from you. Sometimes We carry old identities into the new life God is calling us to. And eventually, those things quietly shape the way we think, respond, and live. I think one of the biggest lies people believe is if I ignore it long enough, it will eventually go away. But no, hidden wounds don't just disappear. They usually grow quietly in the dark. And sometimes what keeps us stuck isn't lack of potential, it is unresolved pain. You know, there were seasons in my life when I thought being busy meant I was growing, but busyness can actually distract us from dealing with what's happening internally. We stay distracted because silence forces us to face ourselves. And honestly, healing can feel uncomfortable because healing requires honesty. You have to admit you were hurt, or what shaped you, or what affected you, what is unhealthy, and what is not who God created you to be. And pride can keep people stuck for years. Because, pride says, I'm fine. I don't need help. I already know this. I got this. I can handle this on my own. But humility opens the door for transformation, for healing, for breakthroughs. And sometimes fear keeps us stuck too. Of course. Fear of change, fear of letting go, fear of failure, fear of disappointing people, fear of surrendering control. Because even unhealthy patterns can feel comfortable when they're familiar. But God did not create us to live trapped. You see, John 10:10 says, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." Jesus came to bring freedom, peace, healing, wholeness. But we cannot experience transformation while constantly returning to the things God is asking us to release. And honestly, one of the biggest battles happens in the mind. Romans 7 talks about the internal struggle between what we want to do and what we actually do. And I think many Christians understand that kind of battle deeply. You want peace, but you still feed anxiety. You want healing, but avoid vulnerability. You want growth, but resist discomfort. You want transformation, but still cling to control. And I'm not saying this to condemn anyone. I'm saying this because I've lived it too. I know what it feels like to carry things internally while trying to appear fine, okay, strong. I know what it feels like to want freedom, but still struggle with letting go, with surrender. But one thing I've learned is this: you cannot heal what you refuse to face. Transformation begins with honesty. And sometimes God allows us to feel uncomfortable because He's trying to reveal what needs healing. Not to shame us, but to free us. And maybe today, God is inviting you to stop running from the things that need to be surrendered. Maybe He is asking you to finally release, release bitterness, fear, shame, pride, comparison, control, unhealthy attachments, and old identities. Because the life God has for you may require a healed version of you. So today, I want to ask you, what wound have you ignored? What fear has been controlling you? What identity are you still clinging to? And what truth are you resisting? Because freedom starts with honesty, and healing begins when we stop pretending. Thank you so much for being here today. And if this episode encouraged you, share it with someone who may need this reminder too. Next episode, we're going to talk about healing what we hide and why hidden pain quietly shapes our lives. I love you guys. And remember, Jesus didn't just come to improve your life, He came to make you new. I love you and God bless. Bye for now.